All right, and we are live, guys. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. I'm your host. I almost said Dustin. I'm your host, Ray. I'm here with my co-host, Dustin. Say hello, Dustin.
What's up?
So, and we have, thank you all very much for coming on and listening. If you're listening to the audio version of this, or if you're on YouTube and you're seeing our pretty fantastic faces, thank you so much for coming on. And guys, we have a great guest today. I'm super excited. I was telling Lauren before we went on. We have our friend Lauren. AKA Lauren, I know that you're Lala Gate on TikTok, right?
Yeah, it's Lala Gate 07.
07, that's right. 07. Where does the 07 come from?
I don't know. I guess I've always liked that number.
Okay.
It was part of like my email back in the day, and I just needed a number, and I just threw that up there.
Nice.
There's no meaning.
Nice.
There's no meaning.
So I got to, I guess this is the first time we really have met.
Yeah.
But just, through the TikTok community, I think your videos are super awesome, and I think you're hilarious. Okay. So I thought, what better way to get to know Lauren a little more than have her on the podcast. So welcome, Lauren. Thank you so much for coming on. But for the people that may not know about you, Lauren, could you give us a little, just give us a little origin story of who Lauren is, how she got into reselling. I know that you're, one of the things that you make clear and evident to the people that, watch you on TikTok is that you're a stay-at-home mom, and you do reselling on the side. So just kind of, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like being a mom has really become like a personality trait at this point. So, but I had I'm close to 40, but I had kids later in life. So all of my kids, I have 3 kids, and they're all young. And when we had our third one, she was a surprise. We thought we were done, and surprise. And then of course, because of that, I decided I needed to stay home. The cost of daycare is just insane. So I decided to stay home, and I've really enjoyed it. I've really loved it, but I needed something to do that was just for me. And I also wanted an extra, a little bit of income coming in as well to help support our family. So that's why I got into reselling. But I live in Macon, Georgia. It's right in the middle of Georgia. Lived here my whole life. Went to Valdosta State University, which is down at the bottom part of Georgia, for a handful of years, and then moved right on back home. But my husband, he works at the Air Force Base here. So he works really hard, and he does a great job and provides for us. But I'm also thankful that I got into reselling so I can help as well.
Amen. Amen to that. How long have you been reselling for?
Okay. So I remember the date when I actually started. It was around, I think, and I made my first TikTok video about it. It was around like January 3rd, I want to say. January 3rd or 4th. So I'm almost at the 1-year mark.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, just by your videos, it looks like you're absolutely killing it.
Well, I don't know about killing it.
I think you are, considering that you're not even doing it for a year.
Yeah. I love the sourcing part. I got that part down.
I'm all do.
At that.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've struggled with just like listing and stuff like that. If I could get better with the listing, but I've had good sales. I've been very blessed. I have had, I've been really blessed to find some really great things, and I've had some great sales. So
that's awesome. What made you want to get into? I know that you said that you wanted to provide more of an income for your family, but what made you want to get into, like, where did that thought even like pop into your head?
Well, really from watching people like you on TikTok. And that was actually my first TikTok that I made. I had just come from the thrift store. I had been watching a lot of resellers on TikTok, and I don't even know why. Like, I've enjoyed going to thrift stores and like Goodwills in the past, but I had never really thought about you could use that as an avenue to make money. And then for some reason, I ended up on Thrift Talk on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I watched you. There's several others that I watched. And one day I had some time without kids, and I just went to our local thrift store, and I was just like going through racks, and I started seeing these brands that I had only heard of through TikTok. Like I knew the girl brands that I personally liked, but I mean, honestly, like I had never really known about Brooks Brothers until TikTok. We don't have a Brooks Brothers. Yeah, we don't
like
have
even in Georgia, there's not a Brooks Brothers there?
Well, there is up in Atlanta, but I mean, my husband could care less about stuff like that. Like we just buy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I never shopped there. My husband never shopped there. So, and I remember flipping through and I saw like 4 Brooks Brothers shirts just in a row, and they were like $1.50.
Wow.
And I remember going, I know this brand. I know that there are people that sell this brand. I think they're worth a decent amount of money, and I bought them. And I kept finding stuff like Orvis. Orvis was another on my first trip. I found this brand new with tags. I mean, honestly, like thinking back on it, that first trip was probably my best trip because I found like this like $150 coat new with tags. And I bought it for like $10. Like That's True crazy. Religion. I found all this stuff.
True Religion and Brooks Brothers all in the same
it was like so random. Like looking back on it now.
Yeah.
It was all the brands that I found that like one trip was crazy. So
that's incredible.
So that's kind of what did it. And just following everybody on TikTok is really what motivated
That's awesome.
me.
Do you remember any particular, like, I know we've had Jess with Gorgeous Boutique on here.
Yeah.
And she's awesome. Yeah. She's awesome.
Okay, so she honestly, she was like the first one. I can't remember who came first. It was either her or Amber from the Grumpy Thrifters. I don't know if you follow her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so her, and then yeah, I met Matt. Oh look, hey, there's
we're just talking about you, Jess.
Listen. I was the biggest fangirl for Jess you will ever know. She has no idea. But like I was such a fangirl. Like I'd get the notifications on TikTok that she posted a new video, and it didn't matter what I was doing. I was like on it. I was like, what's she got going on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her videos are great. Hey, I'm a fan. I'm a fanboy. We just need to start a fan club.
Yeah, she's great. She has great energy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, great energy. But let's say hi to some people in the comments. I know we have our friend Raymond is on. He says, how are we doing tonight? We're doing great. Other than the Titans losing in overtime today, we're doing pretty good. You know, that's a little
about that. Still salty. Threw my jersey off. Just threw it. I was so upset.
Are you guys more of Atlanta Falcons or Georgia Bulldogs? Like, what's
we don't really follow. Oh, my husband probably does. I don't know. We're Georgia Bulldogs, diehard Bulldogs, but that's college. I don't really follow pro.
Okay, yeah, because there's not really, unless you live in Atlanta, it's more, you know.
But we are big Braves fans.
Yes, Braves.
So,
okay, nice.
I found a sweet Braves hat at the Goodwill, retro Nike one. I was so excited. I need to
buy it. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Joni is here. Hello, Joni. Mm-hmm. And we have, let's see, Veronica. What is it? Veronica? Okay, good to see you, Veronica. Glad to see you. So, Lauren, we got to know you a little bit right here with you giving us a little bit of an intro of yourself. But let's dive a little deeper. Let's get to know you a little deeper, and let's start the overrated, underrated segment of the show. That's everyone's favorite segment of the show, where we ask you 10 things, 5 being reselling related, 5 not being reselling related, and you tell us in your opinion if they're overrated or underrated.
Okay.
So, and Dustin, I sent you the list in the private chat. I don't know if you see it, but
it's not up there.
It's not up there. I'll resend it, but so you can give the. But I think you remember some of the ones that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it.
You're just gonna wing it. Okay. Yeah. We can do that. We can do that for sure.
Oh, there you go. They popped up.
Okay, cool.
Go every other one.
Yeah, if I'll start, and then you can do the even numbers. But before we get into that, Jess, and I don't know if your husband or yourself or your kids, do you know what Funko Pops are? Like those little, like those little.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, nice. So we want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Popping Off Toys. They're local here in Nashville, and they do sell Funko Pops, everything Funko related. I know one of the big things that they got going on right now is that they're doing advent calendars, so you can get that. And if you use the code, let me see here, make sure it's correct. If you use the code Nashville Flippers, you'll get 10% off anything in the store on the website. And the good thing about Popping Off Toys is they're collectors themselves, so they take great pride in shipping your Funko Pop mint to your door. So if you have a loved one that loves Funko Pops, go give them a follow. Use the code Nashville Flippers, and you'll get 10% off. So that being said, overrated, underrated, Lauren, Poshmark.
Poshmark. I'll say I probably would have before said overrated, but now I'm selling a ton on there, so I'm going to say underrated.
Okay, nice, nice.
Go ahead with the next one.
So, Crispy, I missed you, brother. I'm sorry. Let's say hi to Crispy Flips on here. I didn't see you, man. I'm so sorry.
I see how it is.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, brother. I didn't see you. Poshmark. You said it was underrated.
Yeah. So when I first started reselling, I was doing nothing on there, but I actually use a sharing service now, and I sell like crazy on there.
Okay. What is the sharing service called?
Okay, so they just changed their name. It used to be Super Posher, but now it's, what is it? One Shop. It's an app.
Okay. So it's like a virtual assistant that is continuously.
It's a virtual assistant, and they share your closet. They'll follow people for you. I have it set to where when someone likes my item, they immediately send offers. You can set your range. So I price higher, and then it automatically will send a little bit of a shipping discount and a 10% off. And I've gotten a lot of sales just through that. How
much more sales do you think you've gotten?
Oh gosh,
before and after.
So I really need to go back and look at like the statistics of it all, because they give you all those analytics. But just to compare, I was probably doing like maybe 1 or 2 sales a week, and now I'm probably doing 1 or 2 a day.
Like nice.
It's a big difference. And the more I list, of course, obviously, the more you sell. It's not guaranteed sales, but just because they're constantly pushing your items for you. Because with Poshmark, it's all about social. Like you've got to do that, which I hate that about it. But it's nice because like I also list on Macari and stuff just sits. Like if it doesn't sell right away, it's just going to sit there.
It gets stale and just
it gets stale. And there's not really a way you can like bump it to the top. So, but with Poshmark, as long as you're sharing your closet, and I was doing it, just a few times by myself, like every now and then when I think about it. But now this is like, it's constant. My listings are constantly going to the top.
Nice. No, that's good.
If anybody resells, I recommend a sharing app like that.
Do you pay like a monthly subscription fee for that, or is that like?
Yeah, it's monthly. I mean, they charge you. I think they pull it out like weekly. So you're not paying. I mean, it's like $11 or something a week, so it totals out to like $44 a month. But
I mean, you can make that at a sale easy.
Yeah, it makes me money, so I don't complain at all about it.
And then you can just write it off at the end of the year.
Yeah,
exactly. Because you're using it. Yeah. So that's good. I think that's one of the reasons I think. Besides, I'm not a clothing reseller. I know Dustin isn't either.
Nope.
So
unless it's jerseys or something. Yeah, jerseys or shoes.
Yeah,
just different stuff like that. What do you only sell? What are the main platforms that you sell on?
So I sell on 4: eBay, Poshmark, Macari, and Facebook Marketplace. I've backed off a little bit with Facebook lately. I've just been doing things that are like 25 and under on there right now. Just I don't know. They got some issues. They just need to.
Hey, they're on the list.
I don't want to put my nice stuff on there, or my high items on there, because they'll sell on Poshmark, and I'm more protected on Poshmark.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. So, Dustin, you want to grab number 2?
Yep. On to the next one. The Halloween movies, Michael Myers ones.
I know, and I feel like I'm gonna get hate for this, but I'm not a fan of them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say overrated.
Overrated.
Okay.
How come?
I hate being scared. Like
me too.
like traditional Halloween movies, I don't like being scared. But I'm all about like comedies and like or cutesy like Hocus Pocus. That's so basic sounding, but that's I like stuff like that.
Hey.
But like the thriller and my husband loves them. I mean, he loves them, but I'm just not a fan.
Yeah. I know Dustin and I were talking about earlier that I think they're making a Hocus Pocus 2, right, D?
They are. I don't know when it's coming out. And apparently it's got the original cast, some of the original cast.
See, I'm okay with that, but I feel like whenever you start messing with stuff like that, there's a chance they're going to ruin it. But I'm going to watch. I'll watch.
That's what they were a sequel, though.
Yeah.
All right. So Lauren does not like the Halloween Michael Myers movies. It's okay. I don't like being scared either, so I completely understand.
I know. I'm such a wimp.
All right. Is Crispy is over here saying that he says he's hanging up. I'm staring at all my horror tattoos.
I know. It's horrible. I knew I'd catch hate for that. I'm sorry.
What kind of horror tattoos do you got?
We got to see a picture, Crispy.
Yeah, we need some photos of that.
Yeah. Spooky season for sure. So overrated, underrated, Lauren. And I want to know your opinion of what overrated, underrated Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know what the Goodwills are like there in Macon, Georgia.
Yes. Price-wise, too.
Yes.
I'll say Goodwills in Macon, Georgia are underrated because my Goodwill, so this is one of the reasons why I know that I am blessed with the success that I've had. It's because our Goodwills are awesome. Like in my town, we have, I don't even know. We've got several. We have 5 or 6. They're very well ran. They're always clean. They're always organized. They're bringing out new stuff often. And it's like good stuff. And then this is why if y'all are ever near Macon, Georgia, you need to come shop at our Goodwills. If you can come on a Monday or a Wednesday. So on Monday, they do dollar days on whatever the item of the color of the week is. So all that clothing is $1. Like you would not believe the clothing that I get for just $1, like name brands. Like I've gotten, Robert Grant and like new with tags stuff, like Carhartt new with tags for like $1. And then on Wednesdays, also like on Wednesdays, the hard goods, like, plates, cups, all that junk. And then like shoes, purses, anything color of the week is $1. So I rack up on dollar day for shoes. Like a lot of people maybe wouldn't pay like $6 or plus for Jessica Simpson shoes. I sell Jessica Simpson heels all day long because I buy them for $1 and then I'll flip them for $19 or $18 and I'm still making a good profit.
Which platforms does Jessica Simpson sell well on?
Okay, so mostly and I'm I do specialize. I like to try
when you're getting everything for $1.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I get a lot of good stuff for $1. So, but I sell a lot of shoes and clothing. So the women's clothing items sell best on Poshmark, and I do a lot of that. My men's clothes sell well on Poshmark as well, but it seems like I do better with my men's clothes on eBay for some reason.
Your men's clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know I'm a man.
Yeah.
I've never been on Poshmark to buy anything.
Nope.
I bought a hat, a baseball cap, and Macari, and I do not like the experience on there.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. But we have the Grateful Queen Quimby, which is, go check out her channel as well. She said, $1.
I know.
And she lives in California, so that would never. Here in Nashville, it's the same way. If we can find things for $1, Dustin, could you imagine the profits?
Game over.
Oh.
And you know what? I don't miss a Monday. So this is what I do. When I go, I'll walk a lot of my favorite aisles, like clothing. And then I'll go and I'll separate it out. I'm keeping this. I always pull out the things that are $1. But a lot of times, if I've got a whole bunch of shirts and they're a red tag, which red's not going to be till the next week, I'll just say, I'm not going to get these today. I'll put them back on the rack, and half the time they're still there in the same spot. So when I go back a week later,
Wow.
I just grab my shirts that I've
Grab.
already pulled.
Yeah.
Which is
Like,
great with
hide
kids
'em.
because if I have my kids and I have to run in there really quick,
Mm-hmm.
I know I have it
That's
down
awesome.
to a little
I'm
science.
jealous. I think we need to take a trip to Macon, Georgia, Dustin.
Yeah,
That'd be worth it,
I've
honestly,
told
if you get
other
stuff for $1.
resellers, if you
Shoot.
are close driving distance, it's almost worth it just to come be here. Our Goodwill's open early. They open at 9 a.m. and they close at 7. I don't know if that's the same for everywhere.
I
But to
think
me,
that
ours
sounds about
open
right.
at 9, I think.
yeah, that's good hours. So like,
Yeah.
and I hit, if I don't have my kids, I'll go to like 3 or 4 all in one day. And I mean, I never leave out of there without bags of stuff. And I'll spend like $18. It's
That's
awesome.
crazy.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
But
Jealous.
I hate it. I hate it when I watch TikToks and I see people and they're showing their Goodwills and it's like they've got a price tag of $30 for like a shirt. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Because at the end of the day, everybody knows Goodwill isn't really for profit. Like, I mean, they're for profit.
I saw some guy post a video. He found a Wii with everything with it. Price was $70.
That's crazy.
It was like, that's Goodwill. What? Come on.
Do you ever look through any of the like video games and stuff at your Goodwill, Lauren?
No, and I'm sure we have some. Like my husband, he's really big into wrestling, so he's got me covered, like to look for like the wrestling stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know enough about video games, and I'd love to be able to have some time to go in and then just like take my phone and start researching it. But I'm sure I know there's probably. I think about that when I go. I'm like, I know I'm skipping over money because I won't really look at the
You
electronic.
need to look at at least the video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah,
anything,
I know.
anything Mario is like a thumbs up home run.
Really, GameCube, like any older systems. Like I found a game called Spirits and Spells about probably a year ago. Sold it for almost $200,
Wow.
and I got it for $1.99.
See, I know nothing about that realm. Like, we have an Xbox, but I don't even know how to turn it on. So, like, I don't even know
Just
what.
look through them, shoot me a text, and I'll tell you yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
I know.
You know? I mean, you can always, the good thing about
That's an area that, like, TikTok is helpful in because I'll follow people that buy that stuff, and I learned something about it, you know?
Yeah. And that's the same way with like me watching your videos, watching Jess's videos, because it's like, I don't know. I know recently, like yesterday or today, I can't remember what day, my wife bought like a sweater, and this is what it was. We were unpacking up to leave Florida, and I kept looking at the tags on her, like a sweater and something else, and it kept saying Jessica Simpson. And I'm like, where? I was like, I didn't know Jessica Simpson made clothes. And she's like, half of my closet is like Jessica Simpson.
What?
I'm like,
who knew?
Who knew? I didn't
I thought she
know.
only
Her
sponsored
stuff's
Tuna.
cute.
Yes.
But see, her clothes, Jessica Simpson clothes don't sell well for me. I mean, at least for me. But her shoes I can sell all day.
Okay.
So.
Nice. So one more thing. Your husband and I have a lot in common. I am also a big professional wrestling fan.
Yeah.
He might be jealous. I got to meet Ric Flair yesterday and got his autograph.
Oh, he's going to be jealous.
I got a Funko Pop signed Ric Flair
That's
Funko
awesome.
Pop sign. Yeah. So I figured now is the time to get it signed before, he's getting older,
Yeah.
Father Time will get us all eventually.
Yeah.
So Kent wants to ask what your closet or store name is on Poshmark.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot. And there's hardly anything on it. I really have not listed in like, I don't think I've listed in a week, but I've had a lot of sales. So I don't have a ton up. But it's La Gate 07. I try to just keep it all synonymous.
Nice. And then someone on TikTok, because I'm also live on here, they want to know what the sharing app that you use for Poshmark was called again.
Yeah, it's they got a new name. One Shop.
One Shop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
guys,
it's really, I've gotten a lot of referrals and things like that, but I don't like get paid. But I love telling people about that app because I think there must be a small company or something, but the guy that actually does the app, he'll text message me. Like it's because like I talked about them on one of my YouTube videos and I got some referrals from it. He ended up texting me and was like, just want to let you know, thanks so much for referring our app. and we're all in a Facebook group. Like when you join the app, you get to join like the Facebook group, and it's just a whole bunch of resellers, and we all talk about stuff. And I mean, it's just a community, but that's great to have. So I can't say enough about it. They're getting ready to roll out a cross-listing kind of feature, which I don't use any cross-listing service right now, but I'll probably will. That's why they changed their name from Super Posher, because they were just synonymous with Poshmark.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but now they're starting to offer, I think they can do Macari right now, but eventually they're going to do all the other platforms.
What is the name of your YouTube channel?
Huh?
You said you had a YouTube channel. What is the name of your YouTube channel?
Oh, no, I don't have a YouTube channel.
Okay, I thought you said you had a YouTube channel.
I may have misspoke. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, if not, you need to start one. I think you will do well.
I barely have time to resell.
I know that's the problem. We need more time to do everything.
I just need. So. I was so jealous of. I don't know if you follow Big Old Tater on TikTok. He's a reseller.
I don't think so.
He's so cute. He's Southern like me. He's from Alabama, but he hired somebody to like take his pictures and like just do the drafts in eBay, and then he goes in and does it. And I'm like, I need somebody like that.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, that's my thing.
If you do, I mean, I can see the benefits for that. If you do it full time, and then you're only one person, and it's better for someone else to be doing that stuff, and you sourcing the fun stuff because you know what to look for.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, I think they call them. They don't necessarily employ them, so they call them like helpers. It's like a weird loophole that you can do. But let's see, where was I? Joni says, "Hey, we all need to take a road trip down to Macon, Georgia.
Come on,
Let's do it." Crispy also says, he says he had a dollar auction I started is wrestling. He said he found an old WWE Adam Cole Bebe hat. I don't know if you know who Adam Cole is.
I don't, but I'm sure my husband does.
Yeah, he just switched wrestling promotion, so he's pretty big right now. And then
go ahead.
Our boy Cajun, Resellers in the building. Good to see you, Chris. He says, "How are the Titans going to lose to the Jets?"
Julio Jones and AJ Brown. That's why.
Yeah, it's we don't want to talk about it. We do not want to talk about it. But okay, so let's get back to overrated, underrated. See, that was good. The Goodwill talk was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next up, number 4,
next one. Overrated, underrated bonfires.
Oh, bonfires. Okay, I'm gonna go with underrated, but it's because I don't get to go to a bonfire a lot because I'm in Georgia and it's freaking hot all the time. So we don't really have a lot of bonfires. In the winter, does it not get a little nippy? No, it does. I'm just kind of being dramatic, but for the most part, we don't do them a whole lot.
When you were in high school, did you? Oh yeah, bonfires. That's where it was. In someone's field, way out, and you weren't supposed to be there, sitting on a tailgate of the back of the truck, drinking stuff you shouldn't be drinking. That's right. Hey, that's the life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the good old days, right, Dustin?
Oh yeah, before COVID, before everything.
Yeah, before kids and all that stuff. So, all right, yeah, bonfires are great. I know we need to start a bonfire here pretty soon, Dustin.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Maybe we can once everyone takes a trip to Macon, Georgia. Maybe Lauren will light up.
We have a lot of land. Everyone can come over here. We'll have a big, huge bonfire.
That's awesome.
That'd be great.
One time, this is a funny story. I just thought about it. We had Dustin knows exactly what I'm talking about. We were at my parents' house, and they have a really big backyard, and they had an old Christmas tree that they had just had in the backyard that was just, it was summertime. We had a bonfire during the summer.
Was it summertime? I
can't remember what it was. But the Christmas tree was, it was dried out or whatever, and I decided to put it on the fire because we needed more things to light the fire with. Dude, the fire lit up so high, I thought the firemen were going to come and put it out.
Oh, God.
And that's why they tell you never to, don't make sure if you have a live Christmas tree, make sure it's well watered and all that stuff because your house can catch on fire. Like, it lit up instantly
That's
was
crazy.
like a 50-foot flame or something stupid.
It was insane.
Oh,
It was crazy.
I think we got a video of it. Someone's got to find
I
it.
have a picture somewhere. So
You got to resurface that picture.
yeah. So next one up, Lauren, overrated, underrated, and you mentioned this a little bit. Facebook Marketplace.
Ugh.
Whoa, there you go, guys. That's your answer.
Overrated. Listen, and I did a TikTok about this. I'm gonna get fired up for a minute.
Let's go.
Facebook is what a bajillion-dollar company, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, money after money. Why can't they get it together? Seriously, it is for months. For months, my balance has been a negative number, even though I'm consistently selling. Like, why are they? And then I'm in a group, a resellers group, that's for resellers only on Facebook Marketplace, and I thankfully have not had anything crazy happen to me. But I've had people, like, their items have gotten returned and then they don't even get notified, and all of a sudden their account's negative and that person got to keep the item. They didn't even have to send it back. Just crazy things are happening. And this is the biggest thing about Facebook Marketplace. It is so hard to get in touch with anybody there. There is like zero. They don't have money to invest in a decent customer service program. Like, I don't understand. It is like, you can't. I'm like, just give me somebody I can message. Like, you own Messenger. That is your deal. Why can't I just, like, I message when I have issues on eBay. I use Messenger. What is it on eBay?
It's like the assistant, like, or some. I know what you're talking about.
I get responses back right away with eBay on Messenger, but I have nobody that it's so hard to get in touch with anybody if you have an issue or a concern. So that's why I really started, and I hate it because I was having decent luck with it, selling and things like that on there. But I just started doing, if it's just, my dollar items that I can sell for like $25 or under, I'll list those there, because if I lose that money, I'm not out a whole lot. It's not going to, hurt. So, which I haven't lost any money, but I can never see my actual, like, I don't really know what I've made, like my numbers aren't right. I hate that.
That's crazy. I know I've never sold anything that I've had to ship. Of course, local cash sales, on big items. But so what has been like something that you have sold that like things have just gone berserk?
So I sold a pair of shoes to a guy. I mean, but this story could apply to any platform. But I sold some shoes to a guy, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't get them." And I'm like, "Well, here's the tracking number. It's showing that they're delivered. Maybe call your postal carrier." And he went back and forth and just was like, "Well, I don't see why I should have to call them. Like, you sent them. Like, you should figure." I'm like, "Well, I don't live where you live. You'd have better results if you just call your post office first." And we went back and forth. He threatened to try to like put in a claim ticket and all that. But thankfully it ended up being okay. They ended up showing up. I think maybe they just got lost on the truck, and he was honest about it. So I appreciated that. But that was like one of those situations where if it was on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari, I would have been protected. But like Facebook Marketplace is like the Wild Wild West. He could have put a ticket on, a claim or whatever on me, and I wouldn't have probably gotten the shoes back or my money. So
that's interesting. How does the money get held into like this weird account and then it gets transferred to your bank? Or is it like PayPal?
It's through PayPal, and they send it through PayPal, I think like a couple of days after the item is delivered. So you've got to ship the item first. And then they don't make them like on Mercari. You have to rank to get your rate to get your money. On Poshmark, you don't have to rate to get your money, but after a certain amount of days, they'll, put it in your account.
Okay.
So it's kind of set up like that. Like, I don't think they don't require ratings, but there's a lot of scammers. A lot. You kind of will. I'm reading Joni's comment.
It says too many scammers on Facebook, no customer service, and buyers make bogus claims with no merit and have learned they get the item in cash. I'm sure. Yeah.
That's happened a lot. And I'm blessed that has not happened to me, but the group that I'm in, that happens to people over and over and over. So it's bad.
Yeah. Crispy says he's never had an issue on Facebook. So I don't know. It might be.
That's good.
Yeah.
I really haven't had the issues of like losing money or anything terrible like that. It really bothers me that I see my account and it's always like a negative. Like it's right now, it's like negative $64. And that, I don't even understand where the $64 comes from because I'm owed like maybe like 50 or something.
That's weird.
The numbers are so weird. And this has been going on, I'm not even kidding, probably like maybe 4 or 5 months, and it's still not getting, and it's not just me, it's like everybody. Yeah. Everybody. So.
That's true.
What is Quimby was saying, what are the fees right now on Facebook Marketplace?
Okay, so that is the benefit. It's like I think they only take like 5%. It's really low.
Wow.
So you get a lot of it back, and you can charge for shipping, or the buyer can pay for shipping. So through them, so you don't have to. They'll just send you the prepaid label, which I love that. That's the only thing about eBay that kind of sometimes I'm like, I got to figure out. You got to weigh the item and do all that mess. So.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of learning for sure on eBay with the shipping.
Just extra time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So guys, some people have great luck with Facebook Marketplace like Crispy, and some people like Lauren don't. So
I wouldn't rule it out. Like I think especially if like you're a new reseller, definitely add it. Like have it. You can still list stuff there. I just personally, I wouldn't put my high dollar items there. Or the items that you can sell for a lot, I wouldn't put them there.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, especially if it gets lost and you're trying to reach somebody in customer service. Like
that's the thing. It's like I feel like there's no protection as a seller on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, right. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, what you got, D? Number 5? No, number 6.
6, anything pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin spice anything, pumpkin pie.
So I bet y'all think that I'm going to say I love pumpkin spice because I'm pretty basic and I'm a white girl.
You're not basic at all.
But I don't. I hate pumpkin spice. I hate it. So yeah, definitely overrated.
You don't like that spicy.
I don't like it. I don't get I don't understand, like, why is pumpkin such a desired flavor? It's just not that just me personally. I don't really like it, but
I think it's just the marketing
behind it. It is.
It
is. It's the fall thing. I get it. Like when the weather starts changing and all that, but no, I'm just like, I'll go to Starbucks and like, I don't want anything like that.
I know Dustin and I were talking about pumpkin beer earlier, and pumpkin beer is actually really delicious.
It's really good.
My husband he does all those weird beers.
Yeah.
He would enjoy that probably.
They get them so early and they run out. Like some of the good local ones, they get them in like July. I'm like, why? And then they don't reorder them. I'm like, it's unfortunate, but oh well.
Cajun wants to know if you like pumpkin pie.
Oh, am I going out some?
No, you're there. Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah, it's like skipping a little bit.
Okay. Cajun wants to know if you like pumpkin pie.
I don't. Nothing. And I'm not a picky eater. Like, I'm really not. Pumpkin is just not my thing.
I can never taste the difference between pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie.
Really?
Tastes the same to me. I don't
You're
know.
Crazy, Dustin.
Tastes the same. It's all the same.
All right. Next one up. Overrated, underrated, Lauren. Yard sales / garage sales.
Oh, yard sales. Definitely underrated. I love me some yard sales, estate sales, garage sales. I'm a sucker for those signs. I look for them every weekend.
Nice. Do you get them like what percentage of, I guess, your sourcing do you do at yard sales compared to your your gold mine Goodwills that you have there in Macon, Georgia?
So I really would love to go to yard sales every single Saturday if I could, but because of my kids, that doesn't work out. Like right now, we just wrapped up soccer season, and my son, he's 5. His games were at 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. So that's like prime time yard sale. So it's not much. It's not as much as I would like it to be, because I would love to get up every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. and go to all of them. But it's I do the most at Goodwill.
I mean, when you're getting Brooks Brothers and
for $1.
I know.
For $1, I mean, you can't really beat it.
I know.
You know?
I did go to this weekend. I went to a local church had a bazaar. That's what it was called, a bazaar. And it had it was like a I didn't really know what a bazaar was. I've never heard of them. So it's like a little bit like a yard sale meets like bake sale meets like craft sale. Oh. Just like where all the little old ladies of the church donate their stuff. And I did get some good finds there. And because they marked everything so cheap. It was like 25 cents for, I got the mini cassette, blank cassettes,
nice.
Yeah. So that was something else I learned recently. It's a niche item that sells real well on eBay. So I paid 25 cents for like this stack of little blank.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So I was excited about that. Trying to think of what else. I got a few other things, like vintagey kind of like a cup from the 60s with like the mushrooms on it. Mm-hmm. That whole vibe. I got that for like $0.25. So I love yard sales because that's where you find the craziest things and for not a lot of money, or you can hackle. For
sure. Yeah. I love haggling. What's your haggling skills like, Lauren?
Oh, I don't have any skills.
You don't have any haggling skills?
I have no skills. If they're like, they got a $3 price tag on it, I'll pay the $3.
No, you got to offer them $1, Lauren.
So I know. I'm horrible at
it. And then they'll say $2 and you're like, all right.
Yeah. So every now and then, like if I bundle, like if I'm finding a bunch of stuff, I'm like, and I'll like look and I'll say, well, I have a 20 here. Will you just take a 20?
That's the move.
I know. I got to get better about it. I watch Matt, the Thrifter Sifter.
Yeah.
He posts his yard sale videos, and I'm always so impressed with him because he's good at it. He'll go, would you take $1? And I'm like, oh, they had $5 on that. No, they're not going to take $1. And they do. Yeah. They take it every time.
Always.
Yeah, those are hard. I know that.
Too nice. I got to toughen up.
Justin and I always go together. And so we always kind of like, I wouldn't say bully. You know what I mean, Dustin?
We'll
there's 2 of us, so we kind of like.
Yeah.
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 We go in, just start talking to them, chatting them up.
There's a whole like thing. And you have that nice Southern charm. You got that accent. Of course, you're going to give it to you for 25 cents, Lauren.
I know. I just always feel like bad. I don't know. I gotta just ask. It never hurts to ask, and I know that, but I still don't do it.
Yeah. Crispy says that he's all about bundling at sales. It's all about the bundle.
Smart.
Like progressive. Isn't it progressive? The bundle? The whatever? Yeah. So, all right. So, next one up. What do we have here? Dustin, number 8.
We got overrated, underrated Uggs.
Okay, so to wear, like I've never owned a pair of Uggs. But again, it's hot here in Georgia, so there's never really a reason to wear them. But they do resell very well. So, and you get a decent amount of money for them. So I would say overrated as a style. But underrated to resell.
I don't know. Do people still wear Uggs, Dustin?
I don't know. I thought the Crocs replaced the Uggs, but
hey, I'm all about Crocs, baby.
If you can find Uggs in a good, used condition, they'll resell.
I can never find any in good used condition. They're all like crusty or something.
Yeah, they're always
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So overrated, underrated, Lauren Macari.
There's a lot of potential there. So I don't do horrible on Macari, selling on Macari, but I don't do great either. So I did just sell a pair of Harley Davidson motorcycle boots. I paid $10 and I sold them for $78 on Macari. And I had offers on eBay and Poshmark, but I got my sale on Macari. I feel like they protect. I've had some issues like a package delivery issue again, where the buyer said they didn't get the package, even though it marked as delivered. And Macari refunded them, but also paid me. And I appreciated that. So they've got fast response. So but again, I can't stand that. Like, there's nothing I can really do to bump my listings to the top. They don't even have, like, on Poshmark, I can relist. So if my item is sat there for like 5 months or however, or too long, like 90 days, they have a relist button, which I can essentially or not a relist button. I think it's like a copy the listing button, and you're essentially like relisting it. So it's like a brand new listing. So it gets brought back up to the top. And I've sold stuff that way, but Macari doesn't have anything like that. You literally have to go in, put your pictures back in, all your wording back in. And I hate that. There's not a way you can bump your stuff up.
There's not a way to like pay, like they do on eBay.
No, because if there is, I haven't found it.
Okay.
So yeah, on eBay you can promote. You can like pay to promote.
Yeah.
So the only thing on Macari is they'll do like people will like your item, and you can do offers to likers, and every now and then you can promote your item by lowering the price. But once you're, you reach, so like if I've lowered it a $20 item to $18, the next time I go back in, I have to lower it even more. Like you can't, like once you start lowering it, you can't go back up and then promote it. Am I wording this right? You can't go back in and like raise it back up to 20 and then do another offer of $18. They're going to make you go lower than that $18.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hate that. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right, Dustin, you want to end it with number 10, my friend?
The last one. Underrated, overrated, chili.
Oh, I love chili. So I'm going to go definitely underrated.
Love me some good chili too.
Yeah, my husband makes great chili.
Ooh.
Although that was actually one of the foods when I was pregnant with my son. He ruined it for me. I've always loved chili, but when I got pregnant with my son, I took a nap one day, and my husband decided he was going to do the copycat recipe for like this chili. This really good restaurant in Atlanta called The Varsity. And he was going to do a copycat recipe. And I woke up and our whole house smelled like that. And like I had to leave. And then I couldn't eat chili for like 2 years.
Wow.
Because when you're pregnant, it's like you get these like, I don't know, he messed me up. And I was bitter about it. I was mad because I love chili. And then I couldn't. He ruined it.
What did you do? Are you like cornbread in your chili, or like Fritos, or you just eating it?
Yeah, I'm just like oyster crackers. The oysters, the little oyster crackers.
Yeah.
And then like cheese and sour cream.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry now.
I know, I love chili. Might do that tomorrow for dinner.
Yeah, that sounds good. Joni says no sell similar on Macari, but if you have multiples, you can sell again without having to list. Yeah.
So that's what I like about the eBay. Sell similar, or just love it. In item, relist it.
Yeah, that's good for eBay. So that concludes our overrated, underrated. Thank you so much, Lauren, for doing that. And we want to give a shout out to our other sponsor of the podcast, the coldest water bottle. As you see here, they sent us this nice little water bottle. If you use the code FLIPPER, you actually get 10% off. Not only, Lauren, do they sell water bottles, they sell it all. They have coffee, they have pillows, they have things for your pets. I know everyone loves a good pillow, so they have the coldest pillow here. So if you use the code FLIPPERS, this $89 will drop down 10%. I think it's, what would that be? $8.79, something like that. Don't quote me on the math. But
that's one of those things when you don't know what to buy somebody for Christmas. That's a good gift.
This is a good gift.
Yeah, that's a good gift.
Or if they're what's that?
Did you buy the coffee yet? Have you tried it yet?
I have not tried the coffee. They also have the coffee. It's called the Darkest Coffee, which I do like a good coffee. So I might actually order this sometime this month and try the coffee for sure. So they have coffee mugs. Anything that you may need, use the code Nashville for Prison. You'll get 10% off at thecoldestwaterbottle.com. So let's see. Crispy said, have any of you taken advantage of the new UPS rates on Pirate Ship? I've used it three times in the last couple days. Saved quite a bit of money. I have not.
I haven't either.
Nope, I have not.
I use Pirate Ship when I sell on eBay because sometimes I'll compare the rates by my label through them or going over to Pirate Ship. But I knew they were rolling out something new, but I haven't used it. So that's good to know.
Yeah, that is good to know. They have a good box in a bag program. You know, if you put something in a box and then you wrap it in a poly mailer, it's like an envelope instead of like a box, so it's like a little cheaper. Yeah,
that's a neat little hack.
And I have really big poly mailers, so most of the time I do that is I'll say I'm sending something out in a bigger box, I'll put it in a poly, and it's got box in a bag because it's considered not a box; it's considered like an envelope or something, and it's a little cheaper, you know. So
yeah,
I will look into that for sure. Pirate Ship, but Lauren. I know we talked about this a little earlier, and one of the things that you like to tell people that you are a stay-at-home mom. Mm-hmm. So let's tell us a little bit about that. How you managed to get into reselling, and I want to know the relationship that you have with your husband on what his thought process was when you said, "Okay, honey, this is what I want to do. I have all this unlisted inventory." Like, what's his thought process? Because it could be a little. I know with our wives, it's like you need to list this stuff because it's taking over the house. Like, give us a little bit of that insight.
Yeah. So at first, when I started doing it, and I've always done something on the side. Like, I just can't sit still. Like, even when I worked full time, I did something else on the side to make to make money. So I've always had like a side hustle, right?
He knew what he was getting himself into. It sounds like.
So I think when I first started, it was a little bit of okay, here we go. This is the next thing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, when I first started, I was like all in, and I was like hitting the Goodwills every day, or like going to thrift stores. And he was like, "All right, this is you got to scale it back." I used one of our back rooms just as like my inventory room, and it started filling up. And then like when I really started having like daily sales, and he suggested I open up like my own account. It's tied to our joint checking account, but I have like my own little resale account. So all my money from eBay, Poshmark, all the sites, it goes in there. And it's just become like an extra little savings account. And he sees that. He's like, "Oh, okay." If I'm like, there's a garage sale going on down the road, I'm going to get up and go. He doesn't. He's not like, "Well, I'd rather you just stay." And he's like, "Okay." He gets it now.
Yeah. Okay.
That account grow. So but he's great. He's always supported me, even through like his eye rolls and stuff. So yeah, but he'll come back there every now and then if like I let my inventory room get out of control, and he's like, this is a lot. Like, you gotta chill.
It's like, let's not go to Goodwill for a week.
Yeah.
That's sort of my sister, Dustin's wife, and my wife. They're always like, "Why don't you guys not go for like a couple weeks and just like list some of the stuff that you have?"
I got a lot to list.
Yeah. We're always like, "Well, we never know. We're going to miss the big thing. We're going to miss."
That's what I think. You get like FOMO.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah. You never know. You never know where you're going to, you can hit the big item. You just never know. We have Yard Sales and Dreams. Good to see you. Glad you can come on. So how do you ever find anything like really cool for your kids when you're like yard selling or?
Oh yeah, I do not buy anything. Like, their Christmas this year is sponsored by Goodwill, and yard sales. Like, I don't even think I have not bought anything new in like the longest time. So we have this store here too. This is another reason why to come to Macon. We have this store in Macon. It's a thrift store. It's actually like part of our other big thrift store here called the Rescue Mission. They opened up this new center called the Barn Store, and this is like where the nicest stuff goes. They get brand new toys all the time, and they don't mark it up really high. So I go in there and buy brand new toys in the box like all the time. And they do color of the week, so certain days, you know, it's half off, and
that's great. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you know that's working out for you for sure. It's being a stay-at-home mom, but that's the goal. Hey, for me, wouldn't we want to be stay-at-home dads, Dustin?
That'd be awesome. But
that would be awesome.
Can't do it.
It's a blessing.
That's the dream for sure. So the next question I have here for you, Lauren, and I kind of, you know, we had touched this before we went live, is I was asking you if you recently saw the new documentary on LuLaRoe leggings, you know, and how it was like, you know, the pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing or whatnot. And I wanted to know, like, why you chose reselling over something like a multi-level marketing, because that's you're kind of the perfect person. Yeah, the stay-home mom wants to earn, you know, extra money for their family. You know, like, why not Mary Kay or Arbonne, or I don't know if they still sell Tupperware, like, you know, things like that they used to sell. You know, like, why did you choose reselling over something like that? I'm sure you've known people that have done that, or maybe you have experimented with it in the past. You know, just let us know a little bit about that.
So I actually have done MLMs. I feel like I am a little bit of a former, what do they call them? Like a former, sometimes people say MLMs are like culty, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm kind of out of all of that. Am I breaking up? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm having a weird lag. Okay, good. So anyways, I've done all that. I've done 5 or 6 companies. And when the thing about it is you make your money through recruiting, and your family and your friends, they just get sick of it. They get sick of hosting parties, buying all that stuff. And then it's and then there's always immense pressure to go back in and target these people. And it feels very cold calls, and it's not for me, even though I'll love some of the product. Normally when I got into those things, I've done Mary Kay, I've done Avon. I did a scrapbooking company once. I've done a bunch of them, and I'm always really passionate about whatever it is, but then it's it always wanes because the money might be good at first, but it's not steady. And with reselling, this is the first kind of side hustle that I can control how much I want to make, really. I mean, I know what I've got sitting in my inventory room, and I know if we have a trip that we want to go on, I'll just tell my husband, well, look, let me just hustle for a month or 2. I'll make that money. I'll be able to do it. And I couldn't necessarily always depend on that with an MLM. So
that's nice. When you were in these MLMs, could you see the light at the end of the tunnel? Oh man, I don't know if I like this. Did you burn any bridges with relationships of people just Lauren, don't come at me again with selling this stuff? And, I'm just wondering, because, that could kind of, be a kind of, I don't know, like you said, a little culty and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's not my personality to constantly go after people. So I would make posts on my Facebook page, and if people were interested, I'd kind of depend on them to reach out to me. And I would do I'd try to do little incentives, but that's not my personality to jump in somebody's DMs and be like, hey, will you host this party for me? Or I'm trying to meet this goal. Will you do that? Even though that's what they push, and that's what every single MLM will tell you, make your list of all your people that you know, and then approach them and ask them. And I never did that to girls I went to high school with back in the day, or like people that I rarely see. I would maybe ask my closest friends or like my mama to do it, to host a party or whatever when I first started, but it wouldn't go past that. So I was never successful because I'm not that type of person. I don't like that type of approach. So I never did that to anybody. So thankfully I never burned any bridges or anything
That's
like that.
good.
Like that was on the LuLaRoe thing.
Yeah.
That was a good show, by the way.
Yeah, that was good. Have you seen it, Dustin? That LuLaRoe documentary on Amazon?
Nope, I have not.
We need to watch. We need to watch it together because
Do a reaction video.
yeah, do a reaction video or something. That'd be great.
It's good.
Yeah. Would you recommend, like, let's say you had coffee with the girlfriend that you used to go to high school with, and they're telling you about, hey, maybe they're trying to recruit you for another MLM, and then you recruit them for, it's like, hey, have you thought about reselling? It's like, is this something that you would like, discuss to your friends and tell them, hey, these are real numbers. You don't have to do all the extra stuff. Like, would you recommend this to someone that might be in your position that is thinking about joining something like an MLM?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would encourage anybody to do it before joining an MLM, just because you don't have to have money to really start. You don't have to buy any kind of starter kit. I mean, when I started, it was you can go into your own closet or in your own house and find stuff to list. I didn't buy my first poly mailer until like 2 months in. Like I just used what I had.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't own a scale. Like you don't have to have a whole lot of money to start,
Mm-hmm.
and what you can do is you just take your profits that you make and you reinvest and buy inventory or, buy business supplies and things like that. But yeah, I would encourage anybody to do it because you don't have to meet deadlines or there's no goals. I mean, it's just whatever you want to do, however you want to work it, however much effort you want to put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good for anybody, like literally anybody, stay-at-home mom, college kid, business professional, anybody that just wants an extra side hustle, or there's a lot that are full-time resellers, I mean, you can do it.
Yeah. No, Matt, the thrifter sifter, he quit his job and went full time, and he's killing it.
Oh yeah, he did.
So he is killing it for sure. We have the yard sales and dream says, I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, and reselling really helped us through those years, grocery money and all. Have you seen the money that you made? Has that really helped your family? Like, is it a significant amount for it to, like you said, if you want to take a trip, go down to Florida or go see a Braves game, that maybe you wouldn't have the money or the, to do that before?
100%. So when I decided to be a stay-at-home mom, it all happened really fast. I actually thought I was going to work. I had a job interview. My baby, she was only like maybe a month or two old. And I was still interviewing. I was going to go back to work, and I had a job offer all lined up. I had a job. I had talked him into the salary that I wanted, everything. And I was about ready to go, accept the offer. And then my husband, he's a math guy. I'm not a numbers person, but he is. He sat down and looked at it, and he was like, I know they're paying you a good salary, but we've got daycare. We have, at the time my 5-year-old was in private school. We have private school. We've got, you got to have money for lunch, money for clothes, gas. We live way out in the country. So it was like 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, also picking up kids at all these different places. He was like, by the time you were looking at, it was like I was only going to be bringing home maybe like $600 or $800 a month after everything else was paid out. And he was like, is that worth it? And you're going to miss out. You're going to come home at 6 o'clock, be stressed out, trying to do everything for these babies. And it's like, is that worth it? And I was like, no. And so we made our minds up right then. We'll figure it out. We'll just figure it out. So we went from being a 2-income family to a 1-income really quickly. And I don't even know, like before I started reselling, I don't know how we did it because we depended on my income big time. So now it's like, if I really worked it the way I needed to, I could easily make what I was making full time, before I don't work it. I just work, I'm a part-time reseller. I don't list as much as I should. So
yeah,
it's been great. I've definitely seen the benefits of it. And I've been offered jobs, like stay-at-home work jobs, like through friends. Cause I worked in marketing and property management, and there's stay-at-home opportunities now with COVID. And I've turned them down because I'm like, I'm not going to do that again. I've got something that I can really do it on my own time. So I've turned down like work from home things now to stay doing reselling.
That's a good thing about reselling. Just like, at least, it's like owning your own business, and as much as you put in as you're going to be taking out. So if 1 week, let's say one of your babies is sick, it's like I'm going to tend to him or her 100%, and then next week I'm really going to hustle, do whatever, and then make up for the last. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, it helps out and it works out. So well, I appreciate you asking that question, Lauren. And we're getting down to the nitty gritty. So we're going to go to the last question that we have here. And so for a person that is just starting off, like you said, you're going to be at a year come January. What tips do you have for a new reseller, and what tips or experiences that you may have for, let's say, a seasoned reseller?
Okay.
Like, what are some of the things that, like, when you first started off, that maybe you were scared or anxious or something that you're like, oh, I really don't want to do this, that you can help like a new reseller just kind of, ease them into that thought process?
So to me, it was learning about all the different, I really specialize in clothing. So I know there's all these different niches out there, and I've kind of dabbled in a lot of them, but I do a lot of clothing. That's what I started off in, and learning the different brands. So educating myself first on like what's selling. And there's a lot of great TikTokers. And see, I learned everything through TikTok, like everything. So I got on TikTok and I followed all these resellers who post daily what sold, and like they would show their hauls with stuff that they bought. And I would watch that, and I learned about brands. I never wrote anything down or like went into a store with a list of like what I was looking for, but those names were in my mind because I'd watched all these TikToks. So just kind of getting familiar as much as you can. And when you go in with the eBay app on your phone. Just if something looks like, I wonder, just throw it in your buggy, and at the end, just get on eBay and search comps and see what's sold, like what the item is. I have found brands that I've never heard of before, but they've got a great sell-through rate just because I'm like, that tag looks interesting or that style looks interesting. And I just search it while I'm in the store. So, and I still do that. I rarely buy anything without checking eBay first.
Got that right.
Yeah. So that's what I would suggest for new, just kind of, that's really for anything. Education is the best way to be successful in anything. So learning brands, following people that have been doing it for a while. There's a ton of information out there. And then, okay, so you asked me about that question about for seasoned resellers.
Yes, ma'am.
Earlier, and I was thinking, what would I say to a seasoned reseller? Because like, I have no clue because I learn everything from them, but I thought of something and I think this is good. So this is my thing. I think for seasoned resellers, and I see a lot of resellers when I go out to the thrift stores now. You'll start seeing it and noticing.
They kind of look like us, Dustin and I, with beards.
Yeah. And some of them are really nice and we'll have conversations, but some of them are hateful, and there's no reason to be hateful. So my advice is for seasoned resellers is you are doing yourself a huge disservice by trying to be greedy or sneaky or not even being friendly or just, always just kind of concerned, because there's too much out there. There's enough for everybody. And honestly, I have made friends. Like there's this one guy, he's a shoe reseller. That's all he does is shoes. He's the cutest little old man. See him every time I go out. And he always is really quiet. Well, I started talking to him and being friends with him. This man walks up one day with a a jersey. I know nothing about like basketball jersey. He hands me this jersey and he goes, I don't do this. I do shoes, but you'll make a lot of money with this. Hands me that jersey. And I looked that thing up. That thing was worth a ton of money. He would not have done that for me if I wouldn't have been nice to him. I'm sure of it. So you just never know. It just pays to be nice to people.
Yeah.
So that's my
good.
And I've had resellers like jump in front of me and like grab stuff and like, it's just, why be like that? You don't have to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my advice to a seasoned
That's
reseller.
Great advice.
Not all of them are like that, I know, but everybody's run into the ones that are.
Mm-hmm. That is great advice. What was the name on the jersey?
Bulls. It was a Bulls.
Was it a Michael Jordan jersey?
I don't even know. It may have been.
It had to have been a Michael Jordan.
It may have been.
Yeah. What do you know? What number was on the jersey?
I have no clue. No? I haven't listed it yet.
Well, when you do, make a TikTok
I looked it up. I looked it up, and it was worth a lot.
Yeah. So, nice. I know Dustin and I, you always see our videos of us going to like these Amazon bins. And we see the same people at the Amazon bins, and we've seen them for as long as we've been doing this, right? Yeah. And it's literally, it was like, hey, I don't want to. When we get done looking through our stuff, we go up to the other people that we've known forever. Yeah. It's like, hey, man, do you want this? Yeah. I'm going to throw it back, or I really don't want it, or it's too heavy for me. There's not enough profit or whatever that I really don't want to sell it. They're like, yeah. And they do the same thing with us. Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, Ray, do you want this? Do you want this? I know you have a little girl or a little boy, it's Christmas time. It's like we all kind of help each other. And like you said, there's no reason to be mean. There's so much stuff out there. One of the things, and I don't know if you've gotten it on your TikToks or not, they'll say, why are you telling everyone the secrets? Or why are you stealing from the poor? Or what, there's secrets. So much stuff out there that, you can still make it. Yeah, it's no secret anymore. No. For sure. So, yeah. But yeah, that's good. That's good tips for experienced resellers like the Commonwealth Picker. He said not to sell any Tupperware. Some vintage Tupperware sells well. I've never sold
Tupperware vintage.
Yeah, I've never sold any Tupperware myself, but maybe
I haven't gotten a lot for it, but I've sold 2 vintage Tupperware pieces fairly quickly.
Nice. Okay, well there you go. Let's see. I think I saw Joni. No, Joni answered it. Okay. Yard Sales and Dreams wants to know where you're from, and Joni said you're from Macon, Georgia. So the accent kind of, would it be an accent or like a country twang or anything like that?
I don't know. I don't think I have an accent. But
yeah, it's fine. Hey, I listen. That's what everyone sounds like around here, right, Dustin?
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's good. Kevin says, "LOL, I'll sell it all the time." Yeah, people don't know to look for that stuff. It's weird. I make TikToks and they'll say, people always say, hey, that's not worth anything, or that's worth too much. You rip somebody off. And it's weird because people have like this this notion of what something is worth, quote unquote. Like they think Beanie Babies are worth like $1,000 and they're worth like a ton of money, and they'll walk by the vintage Pyrex set or vintage, Anchor Hawking's Tupperware, like they'll walk by that thing because they don't think it's worth anything, which in reality, it's worth a lot, so. But yeah, Lauren, this concludes the episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for coming back. Or thank you so much for coming. I'm I'm already thinking of what I'm going to say. We need to have you back on for sure. Hopefully maybe we can get a bunch of, more than one person on at the same time. Hopefully we can get Jess on here. That would be great. But thank you so much for coming on. I know it's getting a little late. You got the babies to attend to, of course. And anything else for the people, Lauren?
No, I just thank you so much for having me. This has been so great. This has been TikTok and meeting y'all and meeting all the fellow resellers has been amazing. And thank you. I've learned so much from y'all. So that's one reason why I started my TikTok channel. It's just I've learned so much from other people. And so I want to be able to do the same for others. So, and it's been a lot of fun. For sure. Yeah. That's Dustin and I, we know how much,
reselling has changed our lives.
Yeah.
So we said, what's the best way to give out this information? And we started a YouTube channel, and it's grown to TikTok and this podcast and other areas. We're like, let's just share as much as possible, and we love having guests like you on because of different niches, and stuff like that. So thank you so much for coming on, Lauren.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So my name is Ray.
My name's Dustin.
And I'm Lauren.
And we'll catch you guys on
the flip side.
the flip side. See y'all. God bless y'all. Peace.
Peace.